Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions, by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such industry giant on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Animesh Banerjee. He is a stalwart in the information technology field with over 18 years of experience, specializing in Salesforce, Microsoft, and AWS technologies. With a strong background in technical solution design, consulting, delivery management, and customer management, he has worked with industry leaders across various business domains, including CRM, health, education, non-profit, telecom, travel, hospitality, retail, finance, media, real estate, and BFS. Along with his Bachelor's of Technology in IT, he holds 24 Salesforce certifications, along with Copado certifications and 2 Microsoft certifications. Currently, he is serving as the India Head, Global Delivery Head, and Board Director for DataColada Australia and DataColada India, where he has played crucial roles, namely setting up the entirety, establishing core HR and finance processes, and forming sales and pre-sales teams. He is also creating Salesforce AppExchange products targeted at the Indian market. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, Mr. Animesh Banerjee.
Thank you. Thanks for these kind words for my introductions. Thank you very much, Sunny.
Pleasure. So to start with, could you let our viewers know about your career journey so far?
Oh, definitely. I started off my graduation in engineering in IT technology, and soon I joined Cognizant Technology Solutions. I started off as a developer, like any engineering graduate would do. And I started off coding in Microsoft technologies, which I was doing in my college days also. So it was just home ground for me. I did quite well. So within a few years, in fact, 2 years onwards, I got an opportunity to work directly in North American customers. So I traveled to New Jersey. I was working there for a real estate mortgage company for a while, and then moved it to Colorado, Denver. It was an awesome place to be there. And I lived there for around 4 years. And then I was working for airline industries, travel intermediaries, and other travel and hospitality customers for Cognizant. I came back to the country, and then I wanted to shift to the new technologies, which was cloud technologies coming into the horizon at that time. And I was seeing some options, and then fell in love with the technology called Salesforce, and immediately moved into the Cognizant Salesforce practice. Now, when I moved, I had to do a unlearning and relearning again, because Microsoft technology would not work there. So I started again learning myself with the fresher graduates. And I was doing the classes with them and so on. It was a funny experience, wherein they were giving importance that I was still a manager at that point, holding this position of a manager. But I did relearn everything from scratch. Hopefully, the previous past experience was benefiting me as a whole. So I could scale up very fast and got back my position in the new technology itself. And I did certifications after certifications, and technology had been a very strong point for me. So I love technologies, and so I have been working on that. And I soon completed 10 years with Cognizant with different CRM customers. So when you build CRM products, you basically get the glimpse of working with diverse customers in diverse sectors. So that was a benefit. I was working deeply with BFS customers, financial market. And then I thought that was a long time working with Cognizant. I briefly joined with Atos. Before leaving Cognizant, I was leading the biggest Salesforce engagement or biggest customer of Cognizant in Salesforce practice in financial domain. and I joined Atos. Atos was a French company. They were starting their India practice, and a lot of Cognizant leaders were joining there. I joined with them in the Salesforce practice, and I was managing the biggest Salesforce project for Atos India in Atos again. So I was tasked to do that because I was handling those customers quite well, the biggie ones. And this was in telecom domain. So I had a good time working there. And then I moved to TCS to how can you complete your IT journey without joining TCS, right? So I joined TCS, spent around 5 years there. I joined as a Salesforce practice technology consultant, and I was working with multiple customers, around 100 customers I have worked with TCS. I was not directly assigned to one customer, so I was juggling different roles as a COE, Center for Excellence, providing technical guidance to multiple customers in multiple domains. And then I moved into pre-sales. I wanted to directly give solutions straight away to customers and present them. So I always had this entrepreneurial mindset. We'll talk about this later. So I was presenting with the sales team together for UK, North America, and Europe. And I was leading the pre-sales. I moved into complete pre-sales. I led the team for them for a few years. And then I left TCS and started my journey as an entrepreneur. So I had a call with DataColada, who's an inspiring leader himself, lives in Sydney, Shram Malkani. He called me up and said, I want to set up India company of my own, a fully owned subsidiary. Are you interested to take it over? And I said, yes, absolutely fine. So he just funded me, and we started off. I built my team from scratch from myself, and then I rapidly built my team in Salesforce practice. We are a SI as well as ISV company. That means we build solutions for customers on Salesforce platform. We also build products on Salesforce platforms. Recently, we have launched a product called integrations with Razorpay and Paytm with Salesforce. So that is entirely focused on India customers. And we are working closely with all these companies and connecting them and giving value for different domains, where in India, there's a lot of things happening right now. So the entire focus of Salesforce and other companies is in India. So entrepreneurship at the core, and really enjoying my journey. I started 2 more companies, and I have joined one academy, which I started from my COVID days, along to teach and generate employment for people who were losing jobs at that time. We have generated almost 100 jobs in that specific time of pandemic. Many of these jobs are from non-IT backgrounds, and people are joining Salesforce directly. So that's good to hear. And recently, we also started a product development with Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. That's the Indian mission for healthcare industry. And we're also building product and partnering with them. So that's my overall journey.
Mr. Animesh Banerjee, thank you for the excellent start to this interview. Continuing our conversation, we would like to know, what is the reason and the inspiration for your continued professional development?
As I said, I had been a techie and I love technologies from my college days. So in college days, I was experimenting on whatever possible. And in those days, we were learning C as a programming language. And then the object-oriented programming came into picture. So we learned about Java technologies, C# technologies. And in my college last year, I was more profoundly interested into building game technologies, right? So we were building games. Even one of the games which we built, built the college pass outs. We built a game that was called Sholay, and it was featured in Digit magazine. So that was a wonderful days, but we could not get money to make it a full-fledged game, unfortunately. So I had to come to software. That is how the college ideas fizzle out. But I am committed to that idea again. So we'll see that happen again. So, but that is how the technology was finding a way. So object-oriented programming was the way we stepped into that. But technology keeps on changing very fast. And I was upgrading myself because the new things are coming into picture. Even Microsoft was launching the 3 frameworks called Foundation Framework, Presentation Framework, and other frameworks. And I was a presentation framework expert on that because this was a new thing which was coming into picture. Nobody knew that. I got myself into learning into new technologies and giving solutions to customers. So this has been my preferred way of upgrading myself time and again for new technologies which comes into market. And when I saw Salesforce also, I kept on learning different technologies which Salesforce were acquiring new products in diverse zone, be it in marketing world, be it in social media world, be it in blockchain, be it on generative AI, ML, and so on. So it always excites me, new technologies and how new technologies can change lives for the business as well as common person. And to be a pioneer into that technology, be a guru on that, it will always be my motivation. So that is the reason why I kept on learning. The reasons why you see a lot of certifications in my kitty is just because I will jump into a new technology and try to explore that on my own. And I am a self-learner. I don't do very much good by getting into an academy and so on. I study on my own, grasp the concepts on my own, take my own time, do my hands-on, and then finally I get expertise on that. So this continues throughout life. And in IT technologies, I think it is very keen that you keep on learning every day.
Definitely, we will discuss technology in depth with you. But before that, our viewers would like to know, have you ever felt that you had to step out of your core area of focus to carry out your duties?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Technology is my core area, but technology is not something which can suffice, particularly when you're in an entrepreneurial journey, right? So right now, I am leading the India unit of DataColada, as well as I'm also running 2 more entities. All these, wherein I am responsible taking care of the HR operations. So I'm talking to the CEO all the time. Even discussing taxations, discussing governance, discussing all the paperwork that is needed, and that is all very, very crucial for keeping your organization growing and keeping your organization compliant, performant, and have a great reputation building for your brand. So technology is, of course, your core part, but that does not mean that you can ignore the other pieces. It is as important as your core domain, and you have to be very focused and understand that you are not slipping away on any of those departments. Yeah.
Rightly said. Moving ahead, we would like to know, how and when did you develop an interest in ESG and corporate governance?
Very early on, I started in my school days. I started off with the Rotary International junior wing called Interact Club, and I am a chartered secretary for that. That means I started a club in my school, and then it was a long period in my till my higher secondary. I was actively involved in the Interact. I was doing social welfare, environment stuff, and these community welfare activities along with Rotary International to deep corners of my state and so on. I have even given flood relief camps and everything. So I was deep into this environment and social causes from very school days. And I have been an active participant for Rotary, the junior wing that is called Rotaract in my college days, and then later on Rotary Club. So I had been, this has been in my blood from very early on. I am active participant for the CSR activities, working closely with corporates who are funding the social causes and environmental causes. I'm an active member of Greenpeace, so I'm very deeply motivated into environmental needs. My own organization is a carbon neutral company. We specifically take care of those necessities. As our company grows, it is absolutely critical that we are also mindful that our activities are not causing harm to the only world we live in, right? So our footprints has to be minimized, and we have to make use of resources as diligently as possible. So that is the reason why I think social and corporate responsibilities are as crucial and go hand in hand. And when I started working under a leader who also shared the similar vision, I found a common ground working with him. And I think we are deeply focused. He's working closely in the Australian and APAC zone. In India, I am taking over all those responsibilities, and he's encouraging my team. My company is already a pledge 1% company, which means we work pro bono for social causes, environmental as well, social issues. My company is more proud to work 10% right now. So last year, we have devoted 10% of our corporate time to work pro bono with NGO organizations across the globe, providing environment and social support. Lately, when I started my companies, I understood how governance was so crucial. So not only just the social and environmental needs are crucial, but a transparency in how you're running your business, and financial responsibility, compliance responsibilities are also as crucial, and that needs a legal understanding of the frameworks of that country and probably the global frameworks also. And that is where the governance was literally introduced for myself. But environment and social was deep down from my school days.
All right. So before we conclude our discussion on corporate governance, I would like to ask you, as an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
As I said, my company already implements this very critically, and we are a non-profit organization partner. So we work closely with non-profit organizations who are actively responsible for environmental and social causes. And my company, as a corporate, a profit-making company, still is a pioneer into that regard, how to maintain environmental and social responsibilities along with growing your company in a technology background. So my deep understanding and my deep experiences into that domain can easily, I can provide those advices for any company as a whole, and provide these deep insights, how that can help a company build its own reputation, minimize its own footprints in different resource areas, and do a responsible corporate presence, right, for them. It's not just only profit making, it should be meaningful corporate in which you want to grow in, so that you can build and be helpful to everybody around you, right? So that is how I think I can educate people into that direction with my own experiences.
Great. So moving on to next question, and which is from your core competence area, that is technology. And since it's an integral part of our lives, so sabka intezar ab khatam hota hai. We are going to ask the same question. As someone working closely with technology, what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology? And what changes do you expect to see with the advent of IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, Web 3.0, etc., etc.?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Technology is something we'll love to discuss, because right now ChatGPT is taking the world by storm, right? So I think we already understand how the technology is changing rapidly. I think we are a cusp for great things to come. In early days, we have been seeing this. So when the processed programming changed into object-oriented programming, that was a buzzword around the world. Everybody was saying that I want to become a Java coder. So right, that was the hot thing at my college days. And then we saw tools growing up. That's how Salesforce came into my life. We saw that not only coders will build application, now people with just drag and drop knowledge can also build applications, and the software can do a lot without people learning actual coding. So that is which intrigued me a lot, and that is also a reason why I jumped into a tool-based and productized solution rather than completely coded solutions. And right now, it's I think far more exciting times. AI, ML into the picture, blockchain into the picture, big data into the picture, and Web 3.0, which is basically taking everything, all these elements together, IoT even, and is putting it all together, so that in the next generation technologies or next generation softwares, which I think will now, just like we see videos coming every day, right? The same thing will happen in next 10 years. You will see new apps coming every day. So because you do not need a large team, you do not need a large corporation to build products. You can just go to ChatGPT and then it will give you a Twitter code base. So you can start off from there, right? So the teams will be very smaller. It will democratize the solution. There will be a lot more different ideas coming into picture. Those are very tough to design at first, but those will see broad daylight. So we'll see exciting new products coming our way, which nobody could ever imagine, because human imagination can take the flight to any direction. And we'll really see that happen with AI and ML technologies and the blockchain technology, everything. It will make the common man more and more powerful. It is not that it's taking away jobs. Of course, we need to realign ourselves, learn new skills, because old skills need to move away, right? We as a humankind has to keep on developing ourselves and be reskilled and change ourselves and change how we work and make our living. So we'll keep on learning and we will do new things and even more powerful things. The common man will become a Superman. That is how the world is going towards.
I love this phrase, common man being a Superman. Oh, great. Do not underestimate the power of a common man. Yeah. Okay, moving ahead. We would like to know, we are building a community of industry magnates, Mr. Animesh. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts So what are your thoughts about this initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the team of WDC?
Oh yeah, this is a great initiative. I think when I just learned that there is a lot of independent developers that is needed for our Indian corporate industry as a whole, and India is growing very fast. And in India, we are seeing, and I am working very closely with manufacturing companies and so on, who are my customers, and the amount of goodwill we are seeing in the industry and the zeal we are seeing in the industry so far India is concerned, it is enormous. And that will also need a lot of industry folks working very closely together, be it technological giants, be it manufacturing giants, be it the financial giants, be it other industry, all working closely together, and all industry will be dependent on each other. And that's how the whole industry economy of the country will boom. And this kind of initiative, which is bringing all different kinds of people, cross-pollinizing the things, that is poising the companies to look at different domain experts as a whole and gather from their knowledge and finally build something which is more attractive for the common person, right? And I think we are looking towards a great journey for how we are growing in India, and this kind of initiative is all that is needed towards that direction.
Amazing, amazing. So it was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire the future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Animesh Banerjee, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.